Hello and welcome to Jeremy's Yorkshire allotment adventures on has been, should I say, a beautiful day here on the allotment. It's a little chillier. In fact, I'm filming now at the end of the day. Normally I'm here in the morning. I've come down tonight just to make sure that everything's locked up, the doors are closed to keep the heat in throughout the night. I hope you're all well. Welcome to the new subscribers. Sit back, relax, as you know, put your feet up, get yourself a cuppa, and welcome to tonight's show. Just sat at the base here of my raised bed with my garlic in. Do you know what? I'm a bit impatient with garlic. I think it should be really shooting up and growing really quickly. It doesn't. It's a long time, 6 to 8 months possibly before you get anything at all. But you can keep an eye on garlic. And how do you keep an eye on garlic? To see whether the bulbs are actually growing into garlic, brand new bulbs. It depends on how many leaves you have coming from the top of your garlic. This one, for example, has 3 leaves. Some have got 4. And they're growing. That means that already some of these, that's developing 3 separate bulbs on your new garlic cloves, and you've got 3s and I've got some 5s of there. So hopefully, fingers crossed, when they're fully developed, we'll have lots and lots of lovely garlic. Some still quite young. That one's only got 1 coming out, but we know throughout the time that hopefully they will really grow into beautiful garlic bulbs. So yeah, keep an eye on your leaves, and hopefully they'll grow into lovely, beautiful garlic. Between you and me, and while they're not listening, I've not really had much success in the past with my garlic. So fingers crossed these are doing really, really well. And well, it looks like it. Also in here, I've still got my chard. Looking forward to that coming up. Multicoloured. Fantastic. Grows really well with garlic. Here behind you might be able to see I've got onions coming. My kohlrabi is still coming strong. And we'll see how that grows, because normally that would go in over winter time, so maybe September onwards. I planted it a little bit late, but we'll fingers crossed, we'll see, and see if it carries on growing. And well, I hope so. At least get 1 out of all of these 4 that are remaining. The coffee grounds in here are doing really, really well. Do you remember I put coffee grounds around them? The problem is when I water it in the morning, or when it rains, and we had a little bit of rain, it does become a little bit like cement. It binds together, so I do go across and I do break it up, possibly not sometimes with my hand, but get a little bit of so it keeps it, stopping it going solid, because you don't want that, because once it becomes solid, your slugs and all the pests will go across the top of it. You need it to be a little coarse, but don't worry, I've got plenty more bags where that came from, and I can keep topping it up. Just thought I'd give you a little update inside the old greenhouse that's had the cover on. Of course, we've got a lot of the windows left on the top half, but having the cover on has made a massive difference. In here has always been really cold, lots of drafts, and actually the drafts have gone down to a minimum because the wind seems to come from this direction, which has meant I can utilise this area now for adding my seedlings, and I've got lots here that have been transplanted. We've got some red cabbage at this end, we've got sweet corn throughout the back here, sprouts here, and at this end I've got a very strange thing. This is a cauliflower, believe it or not, and it's called graffiti, and it's a purple-ish cauliflower, a little bit like purple sprouting broccoli. It looks, it opens up, it's not a tight head, so it opens up a bit like purple. So I'm looking forward to seeing this. Really, really doing well. And again, some more sweet corn. Interesting, I've got sweet corn in lots of different positions of growing. So we've got one here, it's sprouting, just coming through the top here. And yet we've got some others that are actually just poking their heads through. I've taken these out of different soils. I had one lot of compost that wasn't working very well at all, so I've taken all them out and put them into brand new compost. This is retaining moisture better, and they're growing a lot better. So hopefully in here, what I do at night though, just in case, I do pop a fleece over them. That's what this stick's here for, so I can just drape it to the top and it doesn't stop them from growing. So that's an update from inside here. I'm really, really pleased with it. I've also got some more potatoes here in the hope they're chitting nicely. These potatoes are going to go into buckets, bags, boxes, whatever I can find to grow these in. Got plenty in the soil, got 20 potatoes in the soil. So I'm going to get lots and lots of these into buckets in the next few weeks. So we have a continual run of vegetables here in the allotment. Inside here, actually, I do have some chilies. They're on a heated mat. They're covered over as well, and it's covered down to try and keep the heat up for those, because they need a little more heat generation than this lot here. I'm very, very pleased with all the hard work. It seems to be paying off. Before I go, and once again, as I say, thanks for watching Jeremy's Yorkshire Allotment Adventures. I hope you've enjoyed a little tour around what's happening. And yeah, it's not too late to sow some seeds. I'll be getting more seeds in the next few days, and well, we'll go through that when we get there. A little message, actually a lovely message from a guy called Steve, and Steve's from Derbyshire. Steve's been a long time contributor to the show, and it's great to have you once again asking a question, Steve, and it's a really good one. I know actually Steve's, what's lovely about Steve is he had his back garden during lockdown, completely transformed, dug all his lawn up, started sowing vegetables, an amazing amount of produce that he got out of such a small space. You now actually sort of look after and rent someone else's plot in their garden, and you used to have a greenhouse, but you're saying in your message that you've passed that on to someone else who wants to use your greenhouse, and you're just growing your beans as you always like to do. You have badgers, which is not very good. However, your question's not about that. Your question, you do quite a lot of walking around where you are, and you said that you've noticed there's lots and lots of woodlice this year, and you sent me a few pictures. So here they are on the walls of where you're near, and yeah, your question is, why are there so many woodlice? Well, to tell you the truth, Steve, I'm not quite sure. So what I'm going to do before I answer it, I'm going to put it out there. Has anybody else in here in the UK or around the world got problems with woodlice at the moment? I know I had problems with slugs and snails last year, but hopefully nematodes have got on top of that. Fingers crossed so far, but then again, I've not yet got my brassicas out, and that's when the trouble will start, I reckon. So, have you problems with woodlice? If you have, do you have a cure for it? Do you know why they're around? If not, we'll talk about it more in the next session. But once again, as I say, thanks ever so much for watching Jeremy's Yorkshire Allotment Adventures. It's good to have you all on board, and well, we'll talk more about what other people are doing in our next video. So, thanks again. Do you know what? I'm sat here. It's quite late, almost 7 o'clock. In fact, it's gone 7 o'clock. I think it's almost about 8 o'clock at night here in the UK. We've still got not blue skies, but the sky is light. I'm in my t-shirt. It's not too chilly. Time to, well, close all the doors and put all these lovely plants to bed for another day here on Jeremy's Yorkshire Allotment Adventures. Ta-ra for now.